Anthony Albanese has stumbled on the first day of the election campaign, unable to recall key economic figures while trying to spruik Labour's credentials for government. Key points. The opposition leader was asked to name the unemployment and RBA cash rate. The opposition leader was asked to name the unemployment and RBA cash rate. Shadow Finance Minister Katie Gallagher was also asked the rates, which she knew. Shadow Finance Minister Katie Gallagher was also asked the rates, which she knew. The Prime Minister could not name the price of bread, milk and petrol when asked in February. The opposition leader was campaigning in Launceston, in the ultra-marginal Liberal electorate of Base, when he was asked about the official Reserve Bank cash rate and the national jobless figure. He was not able to provide an answer on either point, as journalists scrutinised the alternative Prime Minister on cost of living pressures facing Australians. "We can do the old queue and a stuff over 50 different figures," he responded to a question on interest rates. "The truth is that what they have said, the Reserve Bank, is that over the coming period, there will be multiple interest rate increases regardless of who is in government. We can do the 20 questions stuff through all of it." The RBA's official cash rate is at 0.1% and has been at record low levels since November 2020. Cost of living and economic management are at the centre of both Mr. Morrison and Mr. Albanese's election pitches. The Labour leader attempted to explain his gaffe on the campaign trail when asked whether he believed voters would forgive leaders for not being across details that affect the cost of living. "What I was not going to enter into is an auction in terms of the Tasmanian unemployment rate and the various rates that are put forward," he said. "I'm happy to know that the last time I filled up, petrol was $2.20 a litre. I know how much the price of bread is. I know how much a litre of milk is. I know about those things that affect ordinary people." After obfuscating on the cash rate, Mr. Albanese was also unable to recall the national unemployment rate. "I think it's 5.4, sorry, I'm not sure what it is," he conceded. The Labour leader's Shadow Finance Minister, Katie Gallagher, stepped up to fill the void. "The Reserve Bank current rate is 0.1%, and the unemployment rate's at 4%, she told reporters. Later, Mr. Albanese said it was a mistake. "I'm human, but when I make a mistake, I'll fess up to it and I'll set about correcting that mistake," he said. "I won't blame someone else. I'll accept responsibility. That's what leaders do." M to mute, left and right arrows to seek, up and down arrows for volume. Watch 19 seconds. 19's Prime Minister Scott Morrison is also asked about the unemployment and RBA cash rate. Prime Minister Scott Morrison was labelled as being out of touch with average Australians after his address to the National Press Club of Australia in February, where he was unable to answer questions about the price of a loaf of bread, a litre of petrol, and a rapid antigen test. "I'm not going to pretend to you that I go out each day and I buy a loaf of bread and I buy a litre of milk," Mr. Morrison replied at the time. The Prime Minister was quick to point out he knew the cash rate and unemployment figure when asked less than an hour after Mr. Albanese was tripped up. M to mute, left and right arrows to seek, up and down arrows for volume. Watch 4 minutes 54 seconds 4 minutes and 54 seconds the key battlegrounds in the 2022 federal election.